Hi, I'm Sandesh Ramadugu. I'm here with,
I'm Angelo Malfatti, counselor at Leander High School.
and then can we get a short introduction of how you've dealt with adolescents of our age?
Yeah, I've been working with adolescents at risk and adolescents in general for approximately 30 years in the form of being a social worker for the state of Utah, working with families and youth at risk. That eventually evolved into education and where I was a teacher for 16 years and then transitioned back to a counseling role in an educational setting.
Yeah. And then, what's the most common treatment method or tactic that individuals can have?
Well, here in Leander ISD, not just Leander High School, we do have services that provide a more therapeutic avenue for adolescents and students who are trying to manage and cope with their anxiety. That is in the form of what we call the student and family support team. And so when we talk about how we as an entity, counselors or staff, when it's known to us, or whether it's a referral from a parent or referral from that student or a teacher, we kind of refer them to those SFST individuals who kind of assess the situation, evaluate kind of what level of need that student has individually based on the level of anxiety, that spectrum of anxiety that they might be presenting, like how it's impacting their life, whether it's school, whether it's at home, and they just kind of go from there. Like as a counselor, we're not always equipped to do from a therapeutic standpoint what our social workers, our licensed clinical social workers, are able to do.
Okay, and then how can an individual take action like themselves?
Well, I think it's a lot of times when it comes to that, Sandy, it's about being honest with yourself, right? And just in terms of acknowledging that, yes, I have a legitimate concern that is impacting my life, whether it's anxiety, depression, any other mood disorder, right? It's that acceptance to be aware that you have a concern that needs to be addressed. I think in some of our earlier conversations we talked about, our grit and our fortitude to try to cope with what's going on, individually, alone, thinking that we can overcome what is going on. But I think that sometimes, we overestimate our abilities to do that, and that's when we really need to seek out that additional help, because we see it in the form of complications that arise, whether it's at school, whether it's at home, and the hope is that you get that assistance and that help you need the sooner the better.
And then for treatment methods, individuals, can they take action themselves, or is
Absolutely. So when we're talking about what that process looks like from that acceptance that, hey, Mr. Malfatti, I need help, what can I do? Talking to a responsible adult, whether it's a parent, counselor, teacher. We've even had individuals, friends, disclose to us that they're concerned about someone important in their life, and then we kind of go from there. So if you were to express hey, Mr. Malfatti, I know someone that looks like they're really struggling, they're isolating, they're not not doing their work that I know they used to, and things like that, you have the ability to come to us as well, and we would take the next steps to address that need with that student, to address that issue with that student.
I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you
All
for
right.
your time.
You're welcome.